Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about internal and external communication. Myself Saumya Grover, Assistant Professor at Jagan Nath University. Internal communication. Communication within the organization is known as internal communication. It can be further classified into upward communication, downwards communication, and horizontal communication. Administrators always understand the importance of internal communication. To be successful, they send messages that clearly outline what they want and how it should be done. They practice their communication skills daily by sending message upward, downward, and horizontally in the organization. Administrators transmit information upward in the organization relating to job assignment, performance, problems, organization practices or policies, the methodology for accomplishing tasks, complaints, suggestions, and grievances. They understand that upward communication is more likely to be effective if it goes directly to a receiver who can act on it. The two-way flow of communication in any business organization is supported by efficient and effective upward communication. The management can keep itself in touch with the needs, requirements, difficulties, and grievances of the employees when it receives messages from the employees. The management is also helped to make sound decisions on the basis of the sufficient information secured from the subordinates. In order to improve the productivity, it is not necessary to put pressure on the employees or try to motivate the employees towards more loyalty and hard work by merely putting articles in the company magazines. But on the other hand, it is necessary for the management to develop the procedure for encouraging upward communication to receive the information regarding production, quality control, absenteeism, inventory control, profits, costs, new schemes and programs, inventions, advertising, sales, complaints, research, etc., and constructive suggestions regarding various other matters that promote the welfare of the organization. When the management receives information and suggestions from the subordinates regarding the matters given above and many others, it is able to issue the fresh directives to the employees regarding their works and procedures. The management can also get an idea of how subordinates receive the directives and how the directives are followed. When the management realizes the problems, difficulties, and grievances of the employees, they can try to find out the solutions. The upward communication gives an opportunity to an employee to express his frustrations to the work situation and helps him to relieve the pressure of the pent up emotions which are associated with their daily problems. The channels of upward communication. There can be meetings, there can be counseling, an open door policy can be made, correspondence is made, and reports are made. Downward communication. Downward communication usually deals with job instructions, information, and feedback. It is supervisory communication which is initiated by upper management. It flows downwards through hierarchy of command. The effective downward communication is crucial for the success of the organization. The management or the supervisory staff has to communicate with the subordinates in order to organize, coordinate, and direct the operational aspects of the organization. It is a very suitable channel to the organization in which the chain of command is arranged in the ranks that are distinctly one below the other. The superiors communicate with their subordinates with the objective that the employees may do their work with accuracy, neatness, sincerity, steadiness, thoroughness, honesty, and punctuality. They give specific directives or instructions to the employees that clarity the ways, the procedures of job performance. They expect that the employees should maintain the standards of work quality. The employee is instructed with the view that he does not commit mistakes in his operative or supervisory works. It is like an electric circuit in a house which operates normally with the appropriate amperage demand. When the amperage demand overloads the circuit, a fuse blows. When the superiors over-communicate with the subordinates, the balance of handling the messages is disturbed. The major cause of message overload is the increasing complexity of business life. Channels of downward communication: letters, circulars, memos, company journals, telephone calls, meetings, face-to-face conversations, speeches to the employees. Horizontal communication: information exchange between departments or functional units as means of coordinating their activities is known as horizontal communication. It is communication between people at the same level in an organization, community, or peer group, usually as the means of coordinating efforts. It is when the managers of the same level share ideas, suggestions, and solutions to help bring the organization to a better level. The main objectives of horizontal communication is developing teamwork and promoting group coordination within an organization. It takes place between professional peer groups or people working on the same level of hierarchy. Horizontal communication is less formal and structured than both downward communication and upward communication, and may be carried out through informal discussions, management gossip, telephone calls, teleconferencing, video conferencing, memos, routine meetings, and so on. External communication covers how a provider interacts with those outside their own organization. This may be with the public, employers, community organizations, local authorities, job centers, career offices, funding bodies, specialist agencies, and other training providers. The effectiveness with which these are carried out can affect the firm's image and reputation, while internal communications are specifically for employees and management. External communications focus on spreading news and information about the corporation to the public, customers, and company stakeholders. Common examples of external business communications include direct mailings, financial records, press releases, and newsletters. It leads to better sale volume, public credibility, public goodwill, corporate image, operational efficiency, overall performance, company profits. The channels of external communication. External communication can be done with the external public through press releases or press conferences, through marketing material, for example, adverts, brochures, direct mailings, published financial information, example, your accounts, through letters, emails, and telephone conversation with customers and suppliers, and also the reports given to the government and other agencies are also a way of external communication. We deal with our external public. This communication is mainly on the basis of situations, in situations like public speaking, mass communication, official communication, etc. Formal communication is used. Here, language is used more precisely and more attention is paid to grammar. Also, we pay attention to our dresses, our posture, our body language, eye contact, everything. It is also a type of communication which is used in the context of organization where a large group of employees work together to accomplish goals of organization. Formal communications usually take place in the form of written as well as oral communication, which follows the lines of authority or scalar chain of command. Formal communication refers to the flow of official information through proper predefined channels and routes. The flow of information is controlled and needs deliberate effort to be properly communicated. Formal communication follows a hierarchical structure and chain of command. The structure is typically top-down from leaders in various departments and senior staff in the organization, which funnel down to lower-level employees. Employees are bound to follow formal communication channels while performing their duties. What are the channels of formal communication? The formal communication can be done through committee meetings which are held regularly, through reporting plans and policies, the bulletin board set up in the organization, participation in the group events, and internal newsletters which is published monthly or weekly or yearly to all the employees. The next is informal communication. Informal communication refers to the gossip or informal talks that take place among the various groups of people working in an organization that don't follow organizational line of authority or hierarchy. Informal communication takes place in case of informal and personal situations. Less attention is paid to the structure of language and grammar. Also, less attention is paid to non-verbal behavior like clothing, gait, posture, etc. To communicate effectively in your workplace, you need to be able to identify and use both formal and informal communication channels. The channels of informal communication. The informal communication is done between the conversations at break time, the grapevine system, the consensus, and deliverer. That's all for today. These were the different types of communication which we have studied thoroughly.